You spent $20 on a feather wand, $30 on a motorized laser toy. Maybe you went full commitment and dropped $50 on one of those multi-level activity towers with the dangling balls and the little tunnel and the scratch post built in. And your cat walked past all of it, climbed into the Amazon box it arrived in, and hasn't moved since. If this has happened to you, and I suspect it has happened to basically everyone who has ever owned a cat, you've probably felt some version of confused, betrayed, and also a little impressed by the audacity. But here's the thing. Your cat isn't being difficult. Your cat isn't trolling you. Your cat is, in fact, making a completely rational decision based on deep, well-established instincts that a cardboard box satisfies better than most store-bought toys ever could. Today, we're going to find out exactly why. And by the end of this, you might actually feel pretty good about never buying another expensive cat toy again. Let's go. To understand why cats love boxes, you have to start where everything in cat behavior starts. Instinct. Cats are not domesticated in the same deep, generations-long way that dogs are. They're a much more recent addition to the human household, and underneath the purring and the couch lounging, they still carry the full neurological toolkit of a small predator living in a world full of things that might want to eat them. And for a small predator, exposure is danger. Being out in the open, visible from all sides, with no cover and no protection, that's a vulnerable position. A box fixes that immediately. The enclosed sides of a box reduce the feeling of exposure on multiple fronts at once. Your back is covered. Your sides are covered. You can see out, but nothing can easily get in from behind. For a cat's nervous system, that registers as safe. Not metaphorically safe, actually, physiologically safe, as in stress levels drop, muscles relax. The constant low-level vigilance that cats carry can finally switch off for a while. A box isn't just a fun place to sit, it's a stress management tool. Studies have even found that giving shelter cats access to boxes helps them adapt to new environments faster. The hiding spot itself is doing measurable psychological work. Zooming in on that stress piece for a second, because it matters more than people realize. Cats are highly sensitive to their environment. Noise, new people, changes in routine, busy households, all of it registers. And all of it can be genuinely unsettling for an animal that relies on familiarity and predictability to feel okay. A box gives a cat a private hiding place, a spot that is specifically theirs, separate from everything that's going on in the rest of the house. When the home feels busy or unfamiliar, the box is a retreat. It's the place where the overwhelm can't follow them. Now think about your most expensive cat toy. Does it offer that? A motorized feather doesn't give your cat privacy. An activity tower doesn't make them feel invisible. A box does both, immediately, for free. On the stress relief axis alone, the box is winning by a significant margin. Here's one that surprises people. The material itself matters. Cardboard is an insulator. It holds warmth in a way that plastic, fabric, and most toy materials simply don't. And cats, who run warmer than humans and actively seek out heat sources, sunny patches, warm laptops, the spot right next to the radiator, notice this. Sitting in a cardboard box isn't just psychologically cozy, it's physically cozy. The box helps them conserve body heat in a way that a smooth plastic toy or a fabric mouse on a string never could. It's a warm, enclosed, private space, which, if you were designing the ideal resting spot for a cat from scratch, is basically exactly what you'd build. The expensive cat bed you bought might actually be doing some of this too, but the box does it for free. and cats get to feel like they discovered it themselves. Which brings us to the next piece. Let's talk about the hunting side of this, because it's a big part of why boxes are so compelling. Cats are ambush predators. Their hunting strategy isn't to chase prey across open ground. It's to wait, hidden, and strike when something comes within range. Patience, concealment, and the explosive burst at the right moment. A box is a perfect ambush setup. You're hidden, you have a clear sight line out of the opening, and anything that walks past is a potential target. The box isn't just a bed, it's a tactical position. Watch a cat in a box, and you'll see this play out in real time. They'll crouch low, eyes tracking movement, ready to shoot a paw out at anything that passes. They're not playing pretend. They're running hunting software on a cardboard stage, and it works exactly as designed. Your motorized laser toy requires the cat to be out in the open, fully visible, chasing something erratically across the floor. From a predator's perspective, that's actually a less satisfying setup than sitting in a box waiting for your housemate's ankle to walk by. There's also the curiosity factor, and this is where cardboard does something genuinely interesting that most toys don't. A new box is a complete sensory experience. It has a smell, cardboard, tape, whatever was shipped inside it, the whole journey it took to get to your door. It has texture that cats find satisfying in a way smooth plastic rarely does. Cardboard offers real sensory feedback when they bite it, scratch it, knead it. It has edges to rub against and corners to investigate. Cats are explorers. A new object in their environment gets investigated thoroughly, sniffed, patted, climbed into, chewed on, assessed from multiple angles. A box checks every one of those boxes, if you'll pardon the pun. Many expensive toys, by contrast, offer one kind of stimulation, and then that's it. The box is endlessly interactive because the cat's own creativity determines what it becomes. Here's a layer that I find really fascinating from a behavioral standpoint. Cats are territorial animals. They maintain and communicate their sense of territory through scent. They have scent glands in their cheeks, their paws, their face, and they use them constantly to mark things as familiar and theirs. A box is incredibly scent markable. Rough cardboard holds scent well. Cats rub their faces on the edges, knead the bottom with their paws, and gradually the box becomes saturated with their own smell, which means it becomes, in a very concrete sensory way, theirs. A claimed object in a claimed space. That's genuinely satisfying for a territorial animal. Your sleek plastic toy doesn't absorb scent the same way. The box becomes personal. The toy stays generic. And then there's this, which might be the most underrated thing about boxes. They're infinitely versatile. A box can be a bed. It can be a hideout. It can be a lookout post if the cat sits on top of it. It can be a play zone, a scratching surface, a chewing target, an ambush base. It can be all of those things in the same afternoon. Most toys have one function. The feather wand is for chasing. The puzzle feeder is for eating. The crinkle ball is for batting. A box doesn't have a function. It has potential. And the cat decides what that potential becomes. That versatility is something almost no store-bought toy can compete with, regardless of price. So here's the big takeaway. Your cat is not ignoring your expensive toys out of stubbornness. They're not making a statement. They're not difficult. They're just an animal whose instincts are perfectly, almost beautifully, met by a free cardboard box. Safety, warmth, privacy, predator advantage, sensory richness, territorial ownership, and endless versatility. The box delivers on every single one of those, without batteries, without assembly, and without a receipt. The box matches who your cat actually is. And honestly, that's kind of the whole lesson. Next time you order something online, don't break down the box. Put it on the floor. Step back and watch your cat make the best decision they've made all week.